Okay, so I am having a difficult time, or I've had a difficult time figuring out options. I think I just figured it out, so I wanted to show you very quickly because BigCommerce has very little support around options. I've got a couple of articles and one video that they show on how to set up options, but they don't go into a whole lot of detail. I will post these links as well, so you have them, but they're in the BigCommerce University. If I come over to this product list, you're going to notice that I've got a ton of products. Underneath these products, I've got essentially two sets of options. I've got length, so I've got 18-inch, 12-inch, and 8-inch. I also have, and the length doesn't correspond to the color. I also have strength or resistance levels: extra heavy, heavy, medium, and thin. And those do correspond to the color. So thin, regardless of the length, is always yellow, and extra heavy is always blue. So along with that, even if I've got a certain length, I've got different size, I've got different prices. And then even if I go to my blue, my extra heavy, even for the different lengths, I've got different prices. So essentially every single product has its own, or every single combination has its own price, and I want to show a different picture. So let me show you what I did really quick and how I set this up. There are two ways to get into options. You can be in a product that you're actually going to edit. You can go into options and create a new option set or have one already created. Or you can go in through product options and it'll take you to this screen where you can now create an option. What I did was I went over, I created my own option, and I named that option. When you name an option, I named two options for this particular product. One, I named length, which is that 8, 12, and 18 inches long. And two, I named strength, which is the heavy, extra heavy, and so forth. And so when I came in, the option that I chose was multiple choice. And then I named, kind of what it was, size. What I think I'll actually rename this one as. And then I added my fields here. You can add additional fields or take them away that simply. Hit next, and then at this point I did not have an option set, so I created a new one and I simply named it. This one I named loop length and strength, so that covers the two different types of choices I was choosing, like size and color, or this and this. If I have three sizes or three different sets of options, A, B, and C, I would name all three of those in this set. And then I hit save and we were done. Back at the product, under the options category, I came in and I chose my option set. I chose where I wanted my options or my choices to display, and it brings that over here. So I've got my size and I've got my loop length. Now, I need to do at least two rules that I can think of. One rule relates to the photos. So I want to have a different photo for each of these particular resistance levels. The second rule is I need to have a different price for each of those. So I'm going to go in and fill that out and show you what that looks like. Okay, so I'm going to create a rule, and first I want to put in photos. So I'm going to say that for the extra heavy, for anything that shows extra heavy blue, I want to add a photo. So we're going to show a different image. Now you have to have your photos downloaded onto your computer. So if you haven't done that already, maybe make a quick folder and load those. So anything that shows blue, that's going to be a rule. So I'm going to save and close. So it looks like instead of actually two rules, I'm going to have a rule for every type. So let's create a new rule. We're going to do size again. We're going to go heavy green, show a different image, and choose the green. Make another rule. Medium red, show another image, choose the red one. Okay, so now I actually have 4 rules around images. So for every image, I'm going to see a different, or for every size, which happens to be a different color, I'm going to see a different image. So now I need to make a rule for price. Now my price is going to factor in 2 things. One, price factors in the weight, so extra heavy of the same weight, and the size. So even if extra heavy is 2 different prices, $1 difference, just depending on the size, but also if I have 18 inches, it's different based on the actual resistance or the size, the strength difference. So now I'm going to create a rule. I'm going to choose 18 inches long, and I'm going to choose extra heavy blue, and we're going to adjust the price. And I'm going to do a fixed price. Extra heavy blue, 18 inches is $8.25. I'm going to make a fixed price of $8.25. Now, I think the disadvantage of this is if I do a fixed price, it might be easier right now. If I do a added price, then I need to come up with a base price. Probably in that case, I would come up with a price that was $4.75, and I would do a base price from there, and then I could go from there. If I did a fixed price, then if my product changes prices in the future, I have to go in and individually change each and every rule. If I do a added price, so I add the price, like I add $2 onto the base price, then I could change my base price, and every rule affected by that would change simultaneously. So fixed price might be easier today to do, but I think if I take the time and I actually do an additional price, I can do that. So what I think I'll do, I've got a price variance between $4.75 and $8.25. That's about $3.50 difference. So let's say my base price is going to be somewhere around $6. We'll have to go back and change the product in a minute. So if my base price is $6, then my blue extra heavy is $8.25. So I'm going to add $2.25 to the price. And I also have the option to adjust the weight. So if my shipping weight changes, I can adjust that weight. And just to look at my weight, on my biggest, longest product of my heaviest weight, I'm 0.4 of a pound. And on my smallest item, I'm 0.3 of a pound. And so I don't think that's actually going to make a difference on my pricing. So I'm not going to adjust for weight on my rules. So we won't adjust for that. And I'm going to hit save and close. I'm going to go in and add another rule. So we're going to do the same thing. We are now going to say 12 inches long, heavy blue, adjust the price. And on this 12 foot, I'm going to be $7.25, so that's going to make me $1.25 over my regular base price of $6. So we're going to say add $1.25 to my price, save and close. Okay, the problem I'm seeing on these is that I have the length or heavy blue instead of and, because if you remember, my 18-inch long can be different prices for different other combinations. So I'll be back when I figure this out. Okay, so I've added all of my rules and it did turn out that they stayed as or. I thought maybe as I added them that would fix it. But if you look in my store, it doesn't actually show my different options, probably because the rule is looking to say, whoa, we don't know which of these 18-inch long ones to apply. But I found the solution. So instead of having product rules, you want to have product option sets. So if I click on option sets, they're going to work the same way as rules. So if I come in here and I want to create a rule, now I can say I want it to be, let's say 18 inches long and extra heavy blue, and we're going to adjust its price. So our base price being $6, we're going to adjust the price $2.25. This is the exact same thing we did on the other screen, but it's in this same screen, and now this is an and. So I'm going to go in and add those. Now I've got 3 rules for the extra heavy blue at the 3 different lengths. One of the things I just wanted to show you is that you can also remove from price. So this yellow band and a lot of my products are below that $6 arbitrary mark I chose. I kind of chose a dollar amount in the middle. So I need to actually remove $2 from this particular yellow band. And so when I save and close, I've got certain products that are pulling away from that $6 mark and products that are adding to that $6 mark. Now I'm going to go in and actually delete all of these rules that don't apply to the actual photo of the product. Okay, so now that I've come back, I've added, and you'll notice that my showing a different image has come up kind of weird. So I'm going to delete these and I'm going to add the rules for the image under the option set instead of the product rules. So now I've got no product rules and I've got my different image and my different prices under option rules. So if I go ahead and check out my product, you're going to see my different options. As I click on that and as I click on my price, so I've got medium red, I'm $8. If I have medium green, I turn to $8.75. Medium blue is $9.50, or the 12-inch blue. 18-inch blue becomes $10.50. So I think we've got it. Now the last thing I would need to do, because I chose one of my products that was over here, is I would want to make this a more generic product listing so that when it comes into my site, it doesn't actually say 18-inch blue. I'd probably do like TheraBand exercise loop or exercise loop by TheraBand, and then underneath that I would have my various product options. So that's how you use product options. I did learn in chatting a few minutes ago with the BigCommerce support that product options are not supported by Google Shopping. Google Shopping, if you're not aware, is the ability under the shopping aspect when you search for a product, or shows up on the right hand side of Google, and it allows individuals to come in through the Google platform and to find particular products. Now the only way to integrate the options in BigCommerce is through a platform, a multi-channel shopping platform, which costs money. And so that's just something to be aware of. Although options may clean up your site so you don't have a bunch of products with the same options on here. If you do have individual products for each of your options, those products will more seamlessly integrate with Google. So I hope that helps you with product options. I know I understand a whole lot more than I did this morning. And good luck. Let me know if you have any questions, and please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Thanks.